Hello, and welcome back to another edition of WNHS-TV for November 2021. We're coming to you from our wonderful broadcasting studio. I'm Miracle Coates.
And I'm Quincy Barber. Our lead story today concerns the recent bus strike that affected everyone in Calvert County. With more to the story, we go to Chris Terrell.
Thanks, Quincy. Recently, the bus drivers in Calvert County have participated in the strike, not only affecting students and teachers, but also the residents as well. The bus drivers claim that the Board of Education is not paying them enough and has taken away their health care. This strike has left parents and teachers rushing to get their kids from school, causing many people to be late, huge traffic jams, and kids overflowing on the buses. We went around Northland High School and gathered students and staff's opinions on the bus strike and the resolution.
We're all aware there is a bus strike, and it's having an impact on our school in that some of the buses decide they're not going to do their routes that morning. And what we do is we then send a message out to families letting them know that the bus is not going to pick up their child, which we know that does cause a problem for some families because some families don't have a means to get their students to school. So the only option that we have is just to send that message out and hope that students can get a ride to school.
Yeah, my bus has been definitely affected by the strike. It's been much more crowded, and the times have been delayed in the mornings and afternoons.
I have. I've been outside for about an hour before the strike, so I was just sitting outside, sitting there with nothing. But yeah, so we were outside, and then some person had to pick us up, and it was kind of inconvenient.
My bus took a whole nother route, so all of the seats are full, like 2 and 3 people to every single seat. So it's not a comfortable ride.
Luckily, I have a couple other kids in my neighborhood that ride the same bus, and his dad was waking up the littlest kid to take him to elementary school. Why that early in the morning, I don't know, but we all hopped in his car and got a ride to school.
I totally understand why they're doing it. It hasn't had the best effect on a lot of students, but it's still understandable why they would do it.
They protested a couple weeks ago, and that clearly didn't work. So, I mean, from the results of that, they should have known that it wouldn't have worked this time. And it's made a whole bunch of kids not be able to go to school. Tons of kids are just skipping school. And some kids, I mean, their parents could be divorced, they could both be working, and they just couldn't take them to school. So it's really affected a lot of kids in a lot of negative ways.
Well, for the most part, parents, they're not happy when they find out that their child is not going to be picked up to go to school. But most of our parents do find ways to get the child to school. And I know as a parent myself, I would be upset. But it's just one more obstacle we have to work through. As we work through COVID and everything else like that, we persevere. That's why we're patriots. We're awesome.
Girl, where were you?
My bus didn't come.
You're done.
Anyways, on to our next story. Our Northern volleyball team went head-to-head with Huntingtown. Here's Kristen Colbert with more on that.
This fall, our girls' volleyball team has been doing very well. On October 18th, they played against our rival school, Huntingtown.
The score against Huntingtown was Northern 3, Huntingtown 0.
The score for the Huntingtown game was 3-0.
We beat Huntingtown 3-0. We crushed them.
The score for the Huntingtown game was 3-0.
We asked them how this big win made them feel.
We're feeling pretty excited, but at the same time trying to stay focused.
I feel like we were feeling very hyped during the game, especially because we had a really good student section cheering us on. I'm sure a lot of us was nervous at first and nervous to beat them because they were talking a lot of trash about beating us, but I was definitely nervous.
We went into the game knowing it was going to be a tough match, so we prepared all season, and I think the hype of everyone, the student section and everything, it really boosted us and boosted our confidence and knowing we could take on Huntingtown.
They executed our plan very well against one of your rivals, but most importantly, it's against a team that we're going to have to face again in the playoffs. So beating them now gives us a lot of confidence moving into the playoffs, and hopefully we keep playing well and we can do it again in a couple of weeks.
I feel really good about winning because they were talking so much trash about us that it feels good to get back at them and beating them.
I feel great about winning because it's that big rivalry that everyone's been looking forward to the whole season, but it's in the past now, and I think we're going to take what we did then and improve upon it because we know we're going to see them again in the playoffs.
I feel really happy about winning and proud of myself and proud of the team working together and all that.
With a record of 3-1 now, we asked them what they can do to keep up this good work and how they can improve.
I feel like we could improve on communicating with each other on the court?
Definitely, we've had trouble with communication, but I think we had our best communication during that game. And I think if we boost upon that, we can definitely come out with the win again when we see them.
My name's Ryan. Today we interview people from Northern High School about their favorite Halloween movie, what they like about it, and their favorite candy.
My favorite Halloween movie is Coraline.
My favorite Halloween movie is Halloween Town.
My favorite Halloween movie is Scream.
For a Halloween movie, it'd have to be Wicked.
My favorite Halloween movie is Hocus Pocus. My favorite Halloween candy is Strawberry Laffy Taffy.
My favorite Halloween candy is Sour Patch Kids because they're sweet and sour.
M&M's. Chocolate's good and I like chocolate. Twizzlers probably.
I would rather watch a movie with my friends.
Friends, because everything's more fun with friends. Alone. No, it's more fun. My friends talk during movies.
I prefer gory movies because they're more interesting. Suspenseful movies because I like to be on the edge.
Gory movies.
I like suspense movies because they're more fun to watch.
Suspense.
Speaking of costumes, Q, what'd you dress up as?
I was Tiana.
Oh,
What about you?
I was Minnie Mouse.
Wait, did you see the Puffs costumes from the play?
Yeah, I did, and Alyssa Collins was present to see those costumes firsthand.
Thanks, Miracle. Northern Patriot players started off strong with their performance of Puffs, a spin-off of Harry Potter. Despite setbacks in performing earlier than planned, the show was a hit. The performances occurred October 14th through the 17th. We interviewed actors and crew members from the show and asked them questions about their performance.
From the tragic yet rewarding history of the Puffs.
My favorite part of Puffs was doing the battle, because even though it was like a lot and it was so much, but it was so much fun when it got put together and we were all like running around and like getting chased.
I just like the whole cast and the whole energy and like the practices, and yeah, because we were like basically a big family. So
it feels so good to be back. After the last 2 years of not being able to be on stage and be in front of people and like in like the comfort zone of like where you want to be, it's like it just feels so good to be like back with the people that have the same interests as you.
Yes,
and, like
I
be where you want to be.
I miss being social.
Yeah.
So much, and I love doing shows.
It feels really great. It's really fun just to go out there with an audience, and part of the reason why I really loved my role is that I was able to interact with the audience a lot.
It feels great to have everyone back there in person, and the kids shine and their personalities shine. It's just a whole different story, being in person versus being online.
We had a few nights that were good. There were people laughing at everything, even the more subtle jokes. And then some nights they were really quiet, and our actors had to do a bit of extra work and extra improv to sort of get them back in the mood and get them excited about what they were seeing.
the first night, that was in my opinion, I would say like that was our best crowd, because like they interacted with us, they laughed, and they just had a great time.
I thought that our Thursday and Saturday crowds were great. They had the energy, they had the vibe, they knew what was going on. But our Friday crowd, something was going on with them. They were a little bit dry. They didn't laugh at our jokes. It was not giving.
Something I was looking forward to doing in Puffs was just figuring out how to really be a lighting designer, considering I didn't really get any training, because a lot of the seniors that were supposed to help me out and train me, they graduated, so it was a lot of learning on the job. I feel like I've sort of figured it out. I got some work to do in terms of getting those master electrician skills and getting like the board hopping skills, but overall I'm looking forward to improving those and pretty much adding this Puffs experience to what I already know.
And that's it for this week's show. Students, winter sports are around the corner. Make sure your grades are good so you can represent Northern. And remember to keep your mask over your nose. I'm Quincy Barber.
And I'm Miracle Coates. And remember to follow Northern Journalism on Twitter at NHS Patriot Press to stay updated on all things NHS. That's it for us. Tune in 2 weeks for a brand new edition of WNHS. We'll see you then.